Welcome race fans to the Falcon Tire Sports Car Challenge, where the cars are sleek, the track is legendary, and the drivers, well, let's just say they have varying degrees of talent. Today, we're keeping a close eye on Brian, our resident underdog, in Spaceballs the race car. May the Schwartz be with you, and it looks like he's going to need it. He might have overqualified here. Car 26 starting in 17. At least this won't be boring.
Here we go. Don't fuck this up.
Wow, thanks.
Brian's spotter kicks things off with some sage advice. Don't F this up. Eloquent, concise, and probably exactly what's running through Brian's head right now. The pressure is on. Brian's got his work cut out for him from the get-go. He's surrounded by a pack of hungry drivers, all eager to make their mark. It's like a demolition derby out there, but with slightly more expensive paint jobs. And through the Andretti hairpin for the first time, he's making a move on the red BMW. He's up one spot already, looking to make it two. Side by side through turn 3. Oh, Brian had the lead for a split second there, but the BMW snatched it back. And the BMW pulls ahead. Brian gives a valiant effort, but he just can't quite hold on. But hey, what a fight! He gave that BMW driver a run for his money. Uh-oh, looks like Brian's got company. And it ain't the welcome wagon.
Porsche's faster than me.
He's closing the gap faster than a politician backpedaling on a campaign promise. Brian even acknowledges the speed difference. Sounds like a hint of resignation in his voice there. And here they go into the corkscrew, one of the most iconic corners in all of motorsport.
Right side.
Brian's got to defend, but he's giving a little too much room.
Right side.
Oh no, that's an off-track penalty.
Still
A slow-down
there.
penalty to boot.
Clear to the right.
This could be a
We just
costly
slow down a bit if
mistake.
you don't want a penalty.
Brian's not giving up.
Way on its
He's
own.
got the bit between his teeth and
Far
fire in
right.
his eyes. He's like a honey badger that's just been poked
there.
with a stick. This ain't over yet.
Still
They're
there.
trading positions
Clear right.
again. And Brian holds on. He manages to keep the Porsche at bay.
Yellow flag.
What a defensive drive. He's like a wall out there.
Got some pressure
A
on him.
slightly dented, slightly off-track wall, but a wall nonetheless. Going into lap 2 and Brian is on a mission. He's got the scent of blood in his nostrils, or maybe it's just the smell of burnt rubber. Either way, he's hunting down that pack in front, while keeping a wary eye on the Porsche in his mirrors. This is a delicate balancing act, folks. Like walking a tightrope with a hungry lion on one side and a grumpy grizzly bear on the other. Oh ho, things are getting spicy up ahead. Cars are bouncing off each other like bumper cars at a county fair. Somebody's lost control and spun. It's a pinball machine out there, and Brian's trying to navigate the chaos without losing a flipper. He's up 2 positions. But wait, here comes that pesky Porsche again. He's got a run on Brian out of turn 5. He's faking a move to the inside. Brian goes wide. Off track. He's got a lift. The Porsche sails past. Oh, that's gotta sting.
it.
It's like giving your lunch money to the school bully, but with more horsepower and less wedgies.
Yep, I'm going backwards.
Brian's lamenting his lack of progress, but hey, he's still in the race. And in this kind of chaos, anything can happen. Maybe a flock of seagulls will descend on the track and cause a massive pileup. Maybe a rogue wave will wash over the circuit and turn it into a water park. The possibilities are endless. Lap 3, folks, and Brian's still mixing it up in the midfield. He's like a chef in a busy kitchen, dodging elbows and trying not to spill the soup. Except the soup is his race car, and the elbows are other race cars driven by people who may or may not have passed their driving test. Whoa, he overshoots the braking point. He's gonna rear-end that Porsche.
Yep.
He just avoids a collision by the skin of his
Feels
teeth. They're heading into turn 3, and it's getting crowded. This is like trying to merge onto the freeway during rush hour with a broken turn signal. Brian's trying to gather his composure, but it's like trying to herd cats in a hurricane.
Alright, put your head down. You got this.
He's fighting the car, fighting the pressure, and probably fighting the urge to scream into his microphone. He's finally got a good run out of turn 5. He's putting the power down. He's like a bottle rocket sputtering across the driveway. He overcooks it into turn 6. He takes too much curb. The BMW sees its chance and pounces. Brian should have gone defensive, but he's left the door wide open. It's like leaving your front door unlocked and then wondering why your TV is missing. They're side by side through the corkscrew. Brian can't hold the outside line. The BMW takes the position. And now there's another car closing in. A pink AMG. Brian's under attack from all sides. He's like a piñata at a birthday party, just waiting to get whacked. He doesn't defend. And now he's getting dive-bombed into the final corner. The pink AMG goes through. He's getting passed left and right.
My gosh.
He's like a revolving door at a busy hotel.
It's a bit of a dive bomb.
He's drag racing the black and red Porsche to the line. They're neck and neck. He tries to hold the outside line around the hairpin, but it's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a teacup. He gets swamped. He's back in 16th, and now he's got a blue and red BMW breathing down his neck like an overzealous yoga instructor. Brian's starting to sound a bit like a broken record, complaining about all the cars that have passed him. He's probably starting to think this racetrack is sponsored by Uber, with all the free rides he's giving out. Hey Brian, maybe you should try putting a student driver sticker on the back of your car. Might give those other drivers a little more sympathy, or at least a good laugh. Say it with me, folks. He's slow through turn 5. And here comes the BMW. He's making his move into turn 6. He's got the inside line. Brian's a sitting duck. The BMW sails past. And now another car takes advantage of the two-wide battle and slips through as well. Brian's dropping like a stone in a well. But wait, there's a glimmer of hope. The car that just passed him has spun in the corkscrew. He's beached himself like a whale on a sandbar. Brian gets one of the positions back. It's a miracle. Or maybe just dumb luck. Either way, I'll take it. He's cruising through the last few corners, trying to avoid any further mishaps. He's like a tightrope walker who's just crossed the halfway point. He can see the finish line, but he's still got a long way to go. Well, folks, that was lap 4. A real mixed bag of emotions. Brian's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, except in this case, it's mostly nuts. This be the turning point for Brian? He's finally stringing together some clean corners. He might be getting into a rhythm. Let's see if he can pull out a gap on that Porsche. Let's hope he didn't engage ludicrous speed. He's finally stringing together some clean corners and putting together a decent lap. He's hitting his marks, carrying good speed through the corners, and keeping the car on the black stuff. He's like a seasoned chef, chopping vegetables with precision and finesse. He's like a student who finally cracked the code on that tricky math problem. It's all starting to make sense. Uh-oh. But here comes that white Porsche again. He's got a rocket strapped to his rear bumper. He's going for the pass on the inside into rainy curve. They're side by side. Brian's holding his own. And there's a crash ahead. Two cars have tangled and gone off. They get through the carnage, but the Porsche has a better exit and completes the pass. And now a blue BMW follows him through. Brian's lost 2 positions in the blink of an eye. It's like winning the lottery and then immediately losing the ticket. He crosses the line to start lap 6, and the roller coaster ride continues. Up 2 positions, down 2 positions. Brian's race is like the stock market, full of volatile swings and unpredictable turns. Alright folks, settle in, because we're about to witness a masterclass in not crashing. Brian's found his groove. He's hitting his marks, and he's keeping the car pointed in the right direction. He's like a ballerina on wheels, gracefully gliding across the track. Or maybe more like a drunken sailor stumbling towards the nearest bar. Either way, he's making progress. He's slicing and dicing through the corners, making those tires squeal like a piglet at a barbecue. He's got the bit between his teeth and the pedal to the metal, or at least, gently caressing the gas pedal. Wouldn't want to upset the delicate balance of speed and control.
Quite fast enough through there right now.
He's navigating the corkscrew like a pro. He's got the car dancing through those S's like a drunken uncle at a wedding. It's a beautiful sight to behold, or maybe just a slightly terrifying one. Either way, it's impressive. He's closing the gap to the cars ahead. He's like a bloodhound on the scent of a juicy steak, or maybe more like a hungry chihuahua chasing a mailman. Either way, he's determined to catch those guys. He's holding his own in the midfield.
Yeah, we need to turn in some qualifying laps here.
He's like a middle-aged dad at a karaoke bar, belting out his favorite 80s tunes with reckless abandon. Or maybe more like a mime, trying to escape an invisible box. Either way, he's entertaining. You know, folks, watching Brian drive is like watching a nature documentary. It's full of unexpected twists and turns, moments of sheer brilliance, and occasional bouts of utter chaos. It's like watching a squirrel try to cross a busy highway. You're never quite sure if he's going to make it, but you can't help but root for him. Between you and me, I think Brian might be a secret agent. He's got the codename Spaceballs. He's driving a car that looks like it was designed by a committee of toddlers. And he's got a knack for getting himself into and out of trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a hidden ejector seat and a license to kill time, that is. He's definitely killing time out there on the track. But seriously, folks, Brian's doing a great job. He's keeping the car on the track, he's making progress, and he's providing us with plenty of entertainment. Let's take a quick break to stretch our legs and grab a snack. We'll be right back with more action from this thrilling race. Welcome back, race fans. We're halfway through this Falcon Tire Sports Car Challenge, and the action is hotter than a jalapeno eating contest in a sauna.
Your lap times are improving.
Brian, our resident space cadet, is still circulating out there, defying the odds and proving that even a car named after a Mel Brooks movie can hold its own on a racetrack. He's putting together a solid lap, folks. He's closing the gap to the blue BMW ahead. He's like a snail on a mission, slowly but surely reeling in his prey. Or maybe more like a toddler chasing a runaway balloon. Either way, he's gaining ground. He's driving with the precision of a brain surgeon, or maybe more like a pizza delivery guy navigating a busy Friday night. Either way, he's keeping it on the black stuff and avoiding any major mishaps, which is more than I can say for some of the other drivers out there. I swear, some of these guys drive like they learned from watching demolition derby videos on repeat. And there's contact. Two cars have tangled in the corkscrew. This is Brian's best opportunity yet. Let's see if he can take advantage. He misses the apex into turn 10. He's wide.
Wow. That apex is back there somewhere.
But he's still on the BMW's tail. He's like a dog with a bone. He's not letting go. He's right on the bumper of the blue BMW. He's close enough to smell what the driver had for breakfast. Hopefully it was something minty. This is getting exciting, folks. It's like watching a cheetah chasing a gazelle. Or maybe more like a squirrel chasing a nut. Either way, it's a race to the finish. And we're back, folks. After that thrilling commercial break featuring denture cream and life insurance, we return to the mesmerizing monotony of Brian's mid-pack performance. He's out there, lapping the track, turning left, turning right, occasionally blinking, I presume. It's a real nail-biter, this one. I'm so on the edge of my seat, I might just fall off and take a nap. He's maintaining his position, folks. He's like a middle manager clinging to his job title, desperately trying to avoid any major screw-ups. He's not making any bold moves. He's not taking any risks. He's just existing. Like a potted plant, but with a steering wheel. He's still circulating, folks. Round and round he goes, like a hamster on a wheel. Or maybe more like a fly trapped in a jar. Either way, he's not going anywhere fast. This is about as exciting as watching paint dry, if the paint was beige, and the wall was beige, and the room was beige, and the entire universe was beige. You know, folks, sometimes I wonder what it's all about. Why are we here? What's the meaning of life? Is Brian ever going to make a pass? These are the questions that keep me up at night, along with the heartburn from that extra large chili dog I had for dinner. Maybe I should switch to salads. Or maybe I should just start narrating bowling tournaments. At least there's a chance of a strike every now and then. But hey, I'm getting paid to watch this, so I'm not complaining too much. Besides, you never know what might happen. Maybe a flock of geese will land on the track and cause a massive pileup. Maybe Brian will suddenly develop telekinetic powers, and start controlling the other cars with his mind. Maybe I'll spontaneously combust. The possibilities are endless. Anyway, Brian's still out there, folks. He's still driving. He's still not crashing. And that's something, I guess. The blue BMW makes a mistake. He goes wide. Have you ever noticed how the word race car is spelled the same backwards as it is forwards? It's a palindrome, just like Madam and Taco Cat. Isn't that fascinating? No? Okay, moving on. He's right on his bumper through rainy curve. He's like a shadow, stalking his prey. This is a three-way battle for position. They're closer than 3 peas in a pod. A very fast, very expensive pod. They're bumper to bumper down the front straight. It's like a demolition derby in slow motion. Last lap, and the battle for 14th is red hot.
White flag, last lap, good lap. That's your
Brian tries the outside line around the hairpin, but it's like trying to fit an elephant through a cat door.
Clear left.
He gets squeezed. He has to force his way back over. This is chaos. It's like a clown car convention in a phone booth. They're still on top of each other going through turn 3. This is madness. It's like a game of bumper cars with $1 million prize. The blue BMW goes wide through turn 4. Brian dives for the inside.
Right.
He backs off.
Right
The
side.
blue BMW
Clear right.
runs wide. Brian
Far
makes the
right.
pass. He's in 14th,
Hold your line. Clear right.
but he can't hold
Well
it.
done, Brian.
They get a
Right
better
right.
run out of
On your
turn
left.
6.
Hold your line.
He loses both
Keep it
positions,
steady. Still there.
and he gets an off-track penalty
On your left.
and a slow-down penalty. It's like winning the
Still
lottery
there.
and then immediately getting mugged.
Clear left.
Ah,
The track.
He
Keep it
limps
nice and
to the
tight.
finish
You need to
line.
slow down to
He
get back
crosses
to
in
the right gate.
16th place. It's not the result he was hoping for, but hey, at least he finished the race. He's like a student who barely passed a class. Or maybe more like a dog who barely avoided getting sprayed by a skunk. Either way, he survived.
scrubbed all the speed.
Thanks for watching, folks. This is Dick Drivefast signing off.
That
And
was a good
remember,
fight there towards the
if
end,
you're
guys.
ever feeling down, just remember that you're not
P16,
Brian.
and there's the finish.
And that's something
Good
to be
result, mate.
grateful
Well done.
for.